The Chicago Bears have made a late night trade. They have traded for Dolphins guard and center Dan Feeney. Not sure about the compensation yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be either a 6th or a 7th round pick. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video, which I've been doing anytime the Chicago Bears news going on. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want my thoughts and my opinions on latest breaking Chicago Bears news. And this video is coming out to you guys super late. I was about to go to bed, but I checked Twitter, and at the very last second before I fell asleep, Ryan Poles made a trade. It's not a big trade, it's just a depth trade, but it's a trade nonetheless. So I thought I'd make a video for you guys before I go to bed and talk about this guy. And we traded for Dan Feeney, who actually went to Orland Park. He grew up in Orland Park. So he's from Chicago area. He went to Indiana for college. He was a 3rd round pick by the LA Chargers back in 2017. He has guard and center versatility, which I really love because the Bears have sustained numerous injuries on the interior of the offensive line, including Tevin Jenkins, Nate Davis, Cody Whiter also has been banged up. So the Bears could have definitely used a guy like this that can play both center and guard as depth in case these injuries do linger. And I love that Ryan Poles did make a move with a veteran who has played in this league for some time. Okay, this guy Dan Feeney has played for about 6 years. He's 29 years old, so getting a little bit up there in age, but I'm totally okay with adding a vet to the interior because we didn't really have any vets here on the inside. It was mostly young guys like, Ja'Tari Carter, Doug Kramer, Alex Leatherwood, who we cut. So behind the starters, we had a lot of young guys, which, would have been pretty risky having only those guys out there in case injuries happen. So I'm happy that the Bears now do have a solid veteran in here to back up, Cody Whitehair, Tevin Jenkins, Nate Davis, whoever goes down in case that happens, because this guy can play all over the line. He can play right guard, center, and left guard, according to my knowledge, according to what I've seen on his PFF stats. I think he has played every single position on the inside of the line, which, again, really helpful for the Chicago Bears. And can we take a second to appreciate this guy's mustache and his hairdo? Okay, this guy looks like a damn football player. When you open up the dictionary and search the word football in there, this guy's face pops up right there in the dictionary. Okay, this guy is a guy that you don't want to mess with. I just love how he looks, which has nothing to do with his play on the field, but I still thought I'd talk about that. But talking about his play on the field, guys, what he's going to bring to the Chicago Bears, obviously, he's not a superstar, okay? He's not a great player. That's why he's available to us via trade. Otherwise, the Dolphins would have been keeping him. But he is, according to what I've seen, a pretty average to slightly below average guard/center when he has played, which I'm totally okay with because as a backup, that's all you can ask for. You're not going to get superstar elite level play out of backups, but if you get average level play out of backups, that's good enough if he has to come in for a few snaps here and there or a couple of games here and there, because we just want him to not be a liability out there in front of Justin Fields. And it seems like in his NFL career, he has been a pretty decent starter. So if I read you guys' stats, obviously offensive line stats, you can't really quantify stats for the offensive line, but just like looking at how many games he has played. So first year with the Chargers, he played 9 games. He started 9 games, I should say. After that, he started 16 games in 2018, 16 games in 2019, 16 games also in 2020. So 3 straight years, guys, he started basically every single game for the Chargers, and it was a pretty average starter for them. So, we are getting a guy in here that has experience that could start if need be, which I really love. And then after that, he went to the Jets. Only started 5 games there, was mainly a backup with the Jets again. In 2022, also a backup with them, which, again, that's fine. Like, he's going to be a backup for the Bears. We're not expecting to have, like, an all-pro player as a backup here. An average to slightly below average player is fine as a backup. And reading his PFF stats, obviously, PFF, I don't know what you guys' opinions are on PFF, but some people like it, some people don't. I think, obviously, grading offensive line, grading NFL players in general is kind of subjective, so take of these grades what you will. But according to PFF, last year with the Jets, he barely played. He played 103 snaps at right guard. He got a 51.8 overall grade. Below average. 2021, he played pretty well according to them. 75.9 grade, which is actually really good, playing at both center and left guard before that. With the Chargers, had a 48.2 grade, definitely below average before that. We're going way back now, so these grades don't matter that much, but 2019, he had a 51.7 grade, so below average again. So the last couple years he's been below average to average, nothing crazy, nothing, amazing. Like if he does have to play, he's not going to be a world beater out there, but he should hopefully not be too much of a liability, if Tevin Jenkins or Nate Davis or Cody Whitehair do go down. And I do love that he can play any part of the line because he might have to with how many injuries we have already sustained on the offensive line. So again, not sure about the compensation. If the compensation is anything more than like a 5th round pick, I think that would be way too much for a guy like this. But if it's only like a 5th round pick, a 6th round pick, 7th round pick, something like that, I'm totally okay with making a move like this because adding more help on the offensive line is never a bad thing in my opinion. So leave your comments down below, guys. What do you guys think about this trade? Do you guys want the Bears to go after any other players that are still available in free agency or through the waiver wire or via trade? Let me know down below. I hope you guys have a good night. As always, bear down.